Hey, what's going on, guys? It's David here from Genzio. We're in Monaco for WIBE Summit. I'm here with Konstantin. Konstantin, man, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you, David, for having me on your show.
Absolutely.
It's a pleasure. It's not my first time, and I'm watching you guys, how you guys grow.
Yep.
And kudos to you because you've grown so much, so fast in the last year. It's amazing.
Now, obviously, Paybis, you're here for something here in Monaco. Why don't you take this time to introduce what your project is and what you guys are up to?
Yeah, that's a good opportunity. So my name is Konstantin. I'm one of the co-founders of Paybis. We're 11 years on the market, and we now are focusing a lot on helping other businesses to bridge the gap between Web 2 and Web 3. So we provide tools, crypto tools for DeFi projects, for centralized exchanges, for crypto wallets, so they can help their customers do the first step into crypto. You know, and the easiest step, I mean, we're all, for example, got used to pay with Apple Pay, right? It's like a normal thing that you do in e-commerce. So we're trying to bring the same concept to the crypto. So when the people are trying to get into crypto for the first time, they need to buy their first Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, whatever there is. So we give a solution where companies who are not touching payments themselves or don't want to touch about payments and all the regulations and licenses, we give them our solution. It could be co-branded, a white label, and they can enable their customers to get crypto from their projects in 2 clicks. Double tap on your phone, and you get the crypto 60 seconds to your wallet, and you can continue onboarding the user into your DeFi project, explain them everything you're doing.
Okay, lovely, man. Thank you. Now, you mentioned before you guys have something going on at this upcoming event we'll both be at. I'd love to hear more about it.
Yeah, I mean, today we are in Monaco for the WIBE Summit. The next week in Cannes, 1 hour away from here, there is Ethereum community event, Ethereum CC. And we're hosting a workshop on Wednesday, on 2nd of July, where we're going to teach people how to integrate our payment solution, right? How to integrate on-ramp. Because for many people, especially in Web3, they're building their stuff, building their project, their protocols, and they're very much focusing on Web3 people who are already in the crypto. And we always tend to forget about the Web2 guys who heard about crypto, but they are hesitant to try because they don't understand how to start. And everything you in life you're trying new, the first step is the most difficult, and then you kind of get into it. So we're gonna tell them what features you can build with on-ramp in your DeFi project and how easy it is actually to try. Because we're going to do the live coding session with our technical guys where we will show that in 30 minutes you can integrate our solution and have a buy button in your project where people can buy the crypto you're working with. So this is kind of the main idea of the workshop, and then we're going to talk about new concepts which we're trying to bring on the market to the DeFi space. Things like, for example, swap with fiat, right? We're all used to work with DEXs. We all understand the swap concept, like you can swap Solana to a meme coin, for example. But the concept of swapping dollar or euro into meme coin right away is not there yet, right? So you need to first buy crypto coin and then do the swap. So we're trying to bridge this gap and eliminate a couple of extra steps and enable your customers to swap with fiat right away using our solution. Then we can go even further, right? For example, stake with fiat. I mean, we had a lot of sessions yesterday where people talk about staking in DeFi space where you can get 10% API. In traditional finance, 2-3% is already a lot, right? So you can actually start, targeting Web2 people, telling them, guys, actually in crypto you can get a stable 10% income per year if you and you can basically enable them to do it very quickly with the traditional payment methods. It can be Apple Pay, Visa, MasterCards, Google Pay, PayPal, Revolut, bank transfers. So again, we would help them to do the first step. We would buy, let's say, crypto on behalf of the user, and it immediately will go into staking pool of the project, for example, which is building that. This is the concepts we're trying to kind of, change the paradigm in the DeFi space. That DeFi is not just for Web3 people. That DeFi can be actually accessible for Web2 people.
Lovely, man. And it's definitely important to be that bridge, right? From people from Web 2 to Web 3, right? Because it is inevitable that people are going to start to have to take on, adopt some of these tendencies and benefits from what Web 3 can offer.
We're on the bridge, let's say, of adoption, right?
Absolutely.
We're maybe 5%.
Yeah.
Into adoption. There's so many people, so many untapped people that can be still targeted by your project.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Now, from your opinion and your perspective, what are some insights you would give somebody that maybe hasn't attended an event like this, or maybe it's just does zero knowledge of crypto in general? What would you tell them?
It's a very good question. I recently had an interview call with a guy who we kind of thinking to hire into our team, and he's not into crypto at all. Right? And he asked me a question like, how can I learn crypto? Is like a course on Coursera or Udemy or somewhere? And I told him, look, man, I mean, there are not a single course which will give you explain everything in crypto, right? There are so many L1 chains, L2 chains, L3 chains, so many concepts like swapping, staking, liquidity pools, restaking, liquidity tokens, and so on. So many projects are innovating, building new things. The best way to start is actually to try.
Yeah.
Start trying to get into crypto. For example, my recommendation would be, I really love the project called DefiLlama, which is kind of a summary of the whole crypto ecosystem, right? Because it shows you all the top layer 1 protocols, all the top staking protocols, all the top cryptocurrencies by market cap. It shows you all the top stablecoins by market cap, right? So you can see which projects are doing what, and I mean, try these projects and try them yourself. Because the only way to learn and get into crypto is to actually go and put $20 into one project.
Yeah.
Maybe swap there, stake there, go to liquidity pools. I mean, you need to learn the projects. And then the second best way to learn about crypto also is DBank.
Yeah.
Right? For example, they showcase like the biggest whales, right? For example, it can be a whale with 30 million. I mean, the classical example, if you go to DBank, you open this guy and say, everything is public, and you see which DeFi project he invested in, and you would be surprised to see like hundreds of projects people put money in. Again, go in, explore all these projects, if you see people put money into it, it's a good sign that it's something worth exploring.
Yeah.
Even when I open, these big whales on DBank, and I see like tons of different projects they invested in or staked the cryptocurrency, and even I don't know half of them. I mean, the ecosystem is huge. And what I always like that, when you go to the conferences, you feel like, it's innovating every year. I think crypto industry is the fast innovating industry in the world, potentially. I cannot judge maybe about medicine or maybe space, but you see how much new things every year are popping out, how much people innovate, like stocks, for example, just a panel discussion. Like, they are trying to bring smart contracts into Bitcoin, right? And there is already a huge ecosystem which is building on top of it. And the thing is that, to start building in crypto space, you don't need to open a company. You don't need nothing. You just need a little bit of coding skills. With AI, with ChatGPT, it can help you a lot to get into it and start building stuff. It's an amazing industry to be in.
Absolutely, man. Cool. Well, thank you so much. Now, where can the folks at home follow you guys?
You can follow us on Twitter. It's Paybis, basically the name of the company. Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. There we post a lot of marketing insights from the conferences, and more business oriented, of course. And of course, our main website, paybis.com, where actually you can get your first Bitcoin in like 60 seconds.
Cool, man. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Absolutely.
Stay untamed with BC Game. And make a prediction today and use code GENZIO.
Hey, what's up?
But it's not something Genzio is afraid of.
If you want to survive, you got to build a house.
No, we do not understand. Ladies and gentlemen.
We're back at the Genzio Media House.
Oswald, thanks so much for joining us today.